Keep fighting, boys. Keep fighting perpetually. What I was gonna say is not perpetually. That's definitely the wrong word. Is whatever state of mind you're in, bro. Like at some point, it becomes a habit. So identify what state of mind you're in, and if it's not where you want to be, then start changing that shit. You know what I mean? Start fucking changing it immediately, because the longer that you wait, the harder that it's gonna be in order for you to... It's just gonna be harder. It's gonna be harder for you to change these habits if you don't figure out a way to start doing it now. Right now, there's thousands and thousands of people that have graduated high school and they worked hard, man. They really believed in the people in front of them, man. You know what I mean? Like, you just blindly trust your elders. We're taught to respect our elders and just kind of, you know what I mean? I'm just grateful for those that have taken the path, like rebellious people and fathers that have taught their I would say the biggest thing for me is I'm grateful that I'm doing some illegal shit. For the fathers out there, that, because that's the thing, that's one of the biggest gaps that we have, right? I don't really talk about this much, but I'm gonna keep it basic and then kind of go from there. I gotta make this short. Once I get on the 17, I gotta stop. But one thing that we don't realize, and why it's so important for fathers, well, I can't even say fathers to be in their kids' lives. It's important in general, yes, but when I say it like that, it makes it seem like it's the father's choice, and it's not always that. That's not always the case. And I know that the world is gonna try to throw that message out there and give all the credit to the good women out there and the good mothers. But just be thoughtful and realize that's not the case for everyone. But realize that... Hold up, let me not run none of these kids over. I think I did Sean's post. Yeah, this is gonna be like Colonial. I promise. This same street is gonna be exactly like Colonial. I promise. Over the next 20 years, 30 years, this shit is gonna be a fucking nightmare. I can see it, like, nightmare. The only way that this shit's gonna change is if the foundation of our educational system changes, of how we move, how we operate. Just by building new stuff and using the same system, this shit's gonna be just like those busy ass streets that I've seen. Like Colonial is crazy. It's crazy. And this, I guarantee, at some point it used to look nice, or at least closer to this, relative to that time and the time that they were in. You know what I mean? It matched the time zone that they were in. But yeah, man, you gotta keep pushing. You gotta keep pushing every fucking day, and realize this shit is so like whatever state of mind that you're in, it's gonna get worse or better. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's gonna get worse or better. Like, our habits, one of the biggest secrets you could take away of life is, bro, it's habits. If you could figure out a way to understand the habits that you are living under, that you're operating with, and it depends on when you get this message, right? But if you're young, you definitely have the ability, the energy, you have all the tools. You just may not know that you could do this. But if you start developing habits at a young age, eventually those habits are going to be automatic. It's a habit, so you're not even going to have to think about it. So if I were young, I'd start developing habits that you may not like it, but they're going to be conducive to growth in the times where you, quite honestly, may not have the thought energy to want to do it, but your habit is going to be the one doing it. So that's one of the benefits of knowing this early on as well. Because how would I have approached this different? It's not that it's too late. It's not like you can't do anything about it when it's later on in life, but it is harder. It's a little harder for you to break habits the older that you get, because it's like the old saying, you know, you can't teach an old dog new tricks. That's pretty much saying that, like, the longer that a human is doing something, an activity, it's hard to break them out of that habitual cycle. One of the things that helps humans break patterns is like stuff like the whole cerveza sickness. You know what I mean? The corona. Or you know, like the Great Depression. You know, Napoleon Hill, he talked about it on Outwitting the Devil. He said that bitch is scared. That bitch is scared. He talked about that. He said, you know, us humans, we work off what's called hypnotic rhythm. He called it hypnotic rhythm. And hypnotic rhythm it's super fucking powerful, but it's good and bad. It could work for you or against you. And essentially what's happening is 98% of the world has the most powerful thing in the universe working against them. And I was thinking about something, man. I've been using some technology, utilizing AI. And the one thing that I think about, I wanted to communicate this, but for example, Google and ChatGPT. ChatGPT is essentially, you know, a part of me wants to say, damn, you know, I kind of don't feel ethical utilizing this information. But then when you think about it from a logical standpoint, you know, Google has been fucking stealing our mind and profiting from our energy and our thought energy for years. You know what I'm saying? Like, when you think about AI and the amount of information that it has and how it learns, where's this information coming from? Right? So how does AI learn? How does machine learning actually gather data? From where? Right? How does it understand what to ask and what to write and how to respond? It's because a human is involved. And where does that human, the data from the human come from? Where does all that data come from? From you searching, from you looking up stuff, from you asking questions, from you writing things, from you noting something on your notepad. All that shit is essentially being noted. And Google has technology to where they could utilize that information and distribute it to other people, distribute it in another way, kind of create its own context with it, and it puts all that information together. I think that ChatGPT is my perspective. I think ChatGPT is essentially releasing the power that Google has, and it's releasing that power to more than just it's releasing that power to more than just a company. You know what I'm saying? So when I use this technology, I don't feel as bad when I'm using it. I'm like, fuck this shit, man. Like, these motherfuckers have been profiting from this type of technology for so fucking long. But the other part of me, it makes me think of like the rules that they try to teach you in school to not copy and all this shit. It hinders you. I'm telling you, the school system is gonna hinder you. The older that you get, all the lessons that they put inside your head is gonna hinder you. I gotta make sure I get off on the right exit. I'll get right back to it. Keep growing, keep developing. If you have any questions, send me an email at bison@masteracquisition.com, BIISON @masteracquisition.com.